Have you noticed it? It feels like more and more people are just vanishing. They're wiping their social media, saying no to invites, and basically becoming untraceable. In this explainer, we're going to dig into the psychology behind why people do this and why it might just be one of the smartest things you can do in today's world. So right off the bat, let's get one thing straight. This is not about hiding. It's not about being scared of the world. It's actually the complete opposite. This is a deliberate, calculated strategy to take back something that's become incredibly rare: your focus. You know that feeling, right? After an hour in a crowded place or just doom scrolling through your phone, you feel completely wiped out. So why does it hit some of us so hard? Well, the answer isn't some kind of personality flaw. Nope. Turns out it's hardwired deep inside our own biology. Okay, let's dive in. And the first thing we have to do is tear down a really common and really wrong misconception. Society has these convenient labels for people who prefer to be alone, and they're just not accurate. Yeah, you've heard these words thrown around: antisocial, reclusive, broken. But what psychology is starting to show is that something way more empowering is going on here. That urge to go dark isn't a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that your mind is trying to operate at a higher level. And that is the absolute key. This isn't a passive retreat. It's an active, strategic rejection of the constant, overwhelming noise of modern life. It's about protecting your brain's processing power so you can actually have the space to think. All right, let's pop the hood and look at the actual hardware of your brain. To really get why a busy party can feel like a total system overload, we need to understand how we're wired to process the world around us. So your brain has this amazing built-in filter. It's called sensory gating. Think of it like a bouncer at the door of your consciousness. Its whole job is to decide what gets in and what gets ignored, like the hum of the lights or a conversation across the room. It is absolutely essential for focus. Now here's where it gets fascinating. Most people have a really effective filter, a strong gate. That's brain A. It keeps the noise out. But for some people, that gate is basically wide open. That's brain B. And for that brain, a crowd isn't just a crowd. It's processing the emotions on every face, every loud noise, every bright light, all at once, at full volume. It's total chaos. And this is exactly why avoiding crowds isn't social anxiety. It's just smart cognitive load management. Your brain is like a high-end computer. You wouldn't let 100 useless programs run in the background hogging all the RAM, would you? Of course not. Avoiding all that stimuli is just you saving your mental energy for what actually matters. Okay, so that's the physical world. But this exact same strategy applies to our digital lives, especially when we talk about social media. I mean, when you really look at social media platforms, it's hard not to see them for what they are: a giant digital Skinner box. They're meticulously engineered to condition us with unpredictable rewards, a like here, a comment there, to keep us hooked, to keep us coming back, and to completely fragment our attention. And this really shows the two paths you can take. You have the social user, whose attention is shattered and reactive, always looking for that external validation, basically performing for a digital audience. And then you have the ghost, who cultivates deep, purposeful attention, gets validation from within, and is simply living for themselves. So you see, getting off these platforms isn't about hiding from people. It's an act of psychological detachment. It's a powerful declaration that your focus, your time, and your attention are not products to be packaged up and sold by an algorithm. Now, this is where things get really interesting, because that choice to step back, to be private, it builds into a massive strategic advantage, particularly in our culture of nonstop oversharing. Think about it. When everyone around you is broadcasting every single thought, every move, every meal, choosing privacy becomes a radical act. It's no longer just something you protect. It's something that gives you real power. When you reject this confessional culture, you essentially become a black box. People don't know your next move. They can't guess what you're thinking. And because they can't predict or read you, they can't manipulate you. You become unreadable, and that gives you all the leverage. And this isn't just some social hack. It's a core principle of strategy. Game theory has proven it time and time again. The player who holds their cards closest to their chest is the one in the most powerful position. Your privacy is your ace. So let's bring all of this together. This decision to step back, to go quiet, it isn't about running away from the world. It's about consciously and deliberately moving toward something much, much more valuable. You're making a trade. You're consciously choosing the void over the noise.
You're swapping the herd mentality, the constant static, and a life of fragmented focus for your own individual thoughts and quiet clarity. You're trading external validation for real internal strength.
So if you feel this pull toward the quiet, don't let anyone tell you it's a weakness. It's not. It's a modern-day survival mechanism. It is how you protect your most valuable assets in this age of distraction: your sanity, your energy, and your focus. And that brings us to the final question, one for you to think about. In this constant battle for our attention, where do you stand? Are you still part of the noise? Are you planning your exit? Or have you already gone dark?